everyone, it's Julie, Kansas City girl in a Colorado world. Welcome back. Flosstube number 24. Don't have a ton today. I think that, you know what, I think this one is going to be a shorter one, and that's okay. First and foremost, I want to apologize and re-shout out someone on Flosstube who I mentioned in my last video, but like totally blanked on, like I had written down her channel name, but I totally blanked on who she was when it came time to talk about her. So that was Vicky at Stitch and Button. It's her channel name is Stitch, letter N, and then Button. And I had watched a lot of people. I had like 8 people written down, and I got to her name, and I just like could not place the name to the person I was watching, and I was just like, By the end of the video, I remembered, but you know, some of you may have just watched the beginning and like, you know, tuned out or whatever. So, Vicky, I'm really sorry. Everybody go check out Vicky, Stitch and Button. Now that I actually recall, you know, watching her video, or a few of her videos, she has, one thing I really enjoyed, I think it was maybe 2 or 3 videos ago, she talked about going to a retreat, and it wasn't the New Jersey retreat, but it was around that same time. I can't remember what it was called. But anyway, she was talking about how there were all these vendors there, and then she showed all her haul. And Vicky, apparently, I don't know the backstory, but has some kind of friendship or association with the lady who does Dames of the Needle. And so she helped her at the retreat, and then she like got this crazy linen haul from Dames of the Needle. And I've actually stitched on that linen. I did Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, the pumpkin spice. I did that on a Dames of the Needle fabric called something like Little Bo Peep or Peep's Sheep or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was called. But anyway, that's not a brand I see around a lot, but I was like, oh, I've actually stitched on that linen. So, anyway, she got like this crazy linen haul. So that was, I love to see haul, personally. I know some of you guys are not into it, but I love when you guys go overboard and, you know, show me all the haul. I'm usually making some notes of some things I'm gonna need. So, anyway, so go check out Vicky. And Vicky, I'm sorry that I totally spaced in my last video. I haven't watched any other new people I'm very behind. We had family in town for 4th of July. They were here for like a week. I did very little stitching leading right up to them getting here because I was cleaning the house and getting ready and stuff. And then I didn't really stitch probably at all while they were here, so I didn't get to stitch a whole lot. I do still have some stuff to show you. But the point is, usually when I'm stitching is when I'm watching Flosstube. And so I wasn't doing that for like a week and a half. So I gotta like catch up on all my regulars before I watch new ones. So, speaking of Flosstube, I usually do all of my YouTube stuff like through the YouTube app. I don't upload through the YouTube app, but I upload from Safari on my iPhone on like the regular YouTube page because for some reason I can't get it to work on the app. I don't know. Whatever. But I watch Flosstube on the YouTube app. I respond to comments on the app. I do like most everything on the app. And it's hard because you don't really see like messages coming through. The app is very like limited on what it shows you. So like a week ago, for some reason or other, I went on the actual like full YouTube website, and I found a spam folder that I had never known even existed. And there were tons of messages in there, and they were comments. They were you guys like commenting on my videos, but it somehow went to spam, and I never saw your comment. So I just want to apologize to anybody that's like, dang, I don't think she ever replied to my comment. And you know what most of them were? It was videos where I had asked you guys to tell me about your Flosstube, you know, so I could go check you out. Well, somehow I think YouTube, like, spam alert, like, that sounded spammy to them. You know how, like, when someone leaves a comment and they're like, go check out my site for free movies, and it's spam. Like, you get those spammy comments. I don't get those on YouTube generally, but I see them like on Facebook and stuff. And so I guess when people were like, hey, go check out my channel, YouTube was like, spam, spam, spam. And like literally none of the messages in my spam folder were spam. They were all like legitimate comments from real people. So I was actually like supremely annoyed with YouTube for that, because these were people who like are normal people with YouTube accounts who like comment appropriately on people's videos and who don't ever do anything sketchy, and it like sent them all to spam. So if some of you are like, you know, I did tell her to check out my Flosstube and she never did, it's probably because it was in my spam folder and I never saw it. So just want to let all of y'all know that, like, go check your spam folder if you're a Flosstuber, because there was some stuff in there that just didn't belong there. And I will go check you out now that I've seen your message in my spam folder. And if I can mark it as not spam, I'll do that too. And yeah, I'll have some new people to check out, so that's good. Okay, whatever. I'm looking at my list here. Okay, let's talk about another little thing from last video. I showed you guys some whips that I was gonna let go. Honestly, there weren't that many I was really going to let go. A couple of them I was just going to restart. So they're not really gonna reduce my whip count. But there were a few that I was getting rid of, and several of you were like, I would love to finish that for you. I would love to take that off your hands. I'll pay you for it, or I'll send you something in return, or I'll finish it for you and send it back. And it was just very nice. The Thomas Kincaid Disney Lion King piece that was probably like maybe half stitched, I did find a lady to take that off of my hands because she wants to finish it for her son. So I felt like I could let that go because it's going to a kid who will enjoy it. You know, like I felt good about like giving that one up. One I was struggling with was the Ship's Manor Mystery Town SAL. I was struggling with that because I really did love stitching it. It was fun to stitch. It just isn't my like style. But really fun to stitch. And I was like probably 2/3 done with it or something. Like I had so much work into it and I loved the fabric, and I was like, oh, I don't know what to do with this. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to finish it and then I'll do a giveaway. Like that would be, that could work. But then a lady contacted me and she said, I actually bought it. I bought the linen, I bought the pattern, I bought all of it. And I've just never like started it. And I'm having trouble just like getting started on it. So she said, why don't you send me yours and I'll send you my like blank clean linen. And I was like, ooh, now I like that because I love the linen, but I didn't want to pick out all those stitches. So, so she's going to send me like her linen that she never used. And then I'm going to send her like what I've done. And then she has less to finish and we're both happy. So I'm excited. Like, again, that made it really easy to be like, okay, it can go. I can let it go. Okay. A little bit of haul, just a little, because, you know, I'm being responsible. But I did buy, just a couple of things because so first, Christine from Stitch All the Things, and Sarah, and her channel is just called Sarah Elliott. She doesn't have a fancy Flosstube name. Christine and Sarah are hosting a SAL. And I had already had this pattern favorited on my Etsy for like ever, and was like, you know, gonna buy it and stitch it eventually. And so they kind of gave me that push to just like go for it. It's been sitting in my, you know, save for later or whatever. And it's a pattern called Peace on Earth by Cottage Garden Samplings, and you can get it as an e-pattern, a PDF on Etsy. And it actually comes in 2 versions, and the SAL's going to start on September 1st. And I bought the pattern, and I'll show you what both versions look like, and I have not decided which version I'm going to do. They are both gorgeous. I love both of them, and I can't decide. So the first version is this Dove Gray. Weeks Dove Gray is what it's stitched on. But to me, it's kind of a bluish gray. Just really pretty. And then the second version is on Sand by Picture This Plus, and it's kind of this vintage aged look. And they do, it's not like the same colors just stitched on 2 backgrounds. Like they actually like call for different colors. They call for a few of the same colors, but then they call for different colors. So anyway, if you want to join in this SAL, go get the pattern on Etsy. Again, it's Cottage Garden Samplings. It's called Peace on Earth. And then join the Facebook group. I think it's called CGS Peace on Earth SAL. So find that on Facebook and join in September 1st. This pattern is going to stitch up really fast. It is not going to be a long SAL. I think we're all going to get done really, really fast. It is only 125 stitches by 125. So it's not full coverage, as you can see. So this is going to stitch very fast. We will have that done well before Christmas, everybody. So come join in. And then I don't really know what prompted this, but I suddenly decided I needed some Barbara Anna in my life. I already have some Barbara Anna patterns, but I decided I needed some more. I really don't know why. So I went and I went to Creative Poppy, where you can buy her patterns as e-patterns. And I put a ton in I know what prompted it. She's going to have a Halloween SAL. And someone on Instagram posted like a picture of the first part. I think it's going to be 4 parts. And they posted the first part. And they were like, oh, OMG, OMG. And I was like, that looks amazing. I think I might have to do that. And that sent me down the rabbit hole of looking at Barbara Anna patterns. At the end of the day, I decided not to do the Halloween SAL, believe it or not. It is really cute, but I've been burned on SALs too many times. I was like, I gotta see more before I commit to that. But while I was there looking at all of her patterns, I did find like 10 that I needed, but I edited my cart. I put some back, and I only bought 2. So I have picked this one up and looked at it like 100 times. And I don't know why I haven't just bought it. I don't know. I don't know why I didn't buy it. But I finally was like, I'm buying that because I love it and I keep picking it up. It's the Branch Come With Me All Hallows Night. And I know this is not going to be a super great picture. But I love... It's a different take on Halloween, right? Like the blue gray, it's different. I like it. It's still like a spooky Halloween, but it's just a little bit of a different feel to it. And it says, this is like so tiny. Come with me all Hallows Night. Will frighten everyone in sight. Such pranks for once are justified, and fun and frolic amplified. I think that's what it says anyway. So there's that. And then I have been like, I've loved this pattern for some time, and I really don't know why I kept putting it off. I'm not sure. I finally pulled the trigger. It's the Snooty Parrot sampler, and someone else has shown this recently on their Flosstube, and I cannot remember who. I know Michelle Garrett, Bendy Stitchy, showed it, but someone else was showing it, and I just can't remember. So anyway, this is the Snooty Parrot sampler, and I think it's so beautiful. It is not a vintage, it's like a new design, but it has that vintage sampler look. I think that's really cool. I can't remember. Oh yeah, this sampler is not a reproduction. It was designed to look like an antique. Errors have been added on purpose. It is not symmetrical. It does look like an original sampler. It's so pretty. Look at the little house. And the parrots. Oh, put a bird on it. So, by the way, Julie at Gulf Coast Stitches has this in stock. And I think she has she has a whole bunch of Barbaranas. So, if you would like a physical copy of the chart, of course, you can probably get it on 123 Stitch and 100 other places. I'm pretty sure Jen's Stitching Niche on Etsy also sells them. But definitely, like, let's support our local, they're not local. Let's support our people, though. I know I bought it online, but I bought it e-pattern because I needed instant gratification. But if you would like a paper chart, buy it from one of those ladies. So anyway, it says, no glory I covet, no riches I want, ambition is nothing to me. The one thing I beg of kind heaven to grant is a mind independent and free. And I'm going to rechart that. I'm going to actually do something different. That line makes me think of the Jane Eyre line, which is like, I'm probably going to mess this up, but it's like, I am no bird, no cage ensnares me. And then something about I have an independent will, an independent mind or something. I can't remember exactly how it goes, but it makes me think of that. So I'm kind of thinking I might chart that quote. It's not a quote, it's part of the book. I might chart that to replace this, or I might go a totally different direction. I don't know, whatever. I think I'm going to replace it though. There's nothing wrong with that verse. I like it, but I don't know. I'm just inspired to do something different. But anyway, so I got to talking to this lady on Instagram named Kim, and we were just talking about a few different things, and I don't even know how we got to talking. I don't know how we got to talking about this, but I was like, I've been thinking I want to do a SAL, like kind of start one. And she was like, oh, that's awesome. And I was like, I'm thinking Snooty Parrots. And she was trying to talk me into some other stuff. But I think it's going to be Snooty Parrots. So I'm thinking I want to do a SAL. So if any of you want to stitch this, and why wouldn't you want to stitch this? Because it's amazing. It's incredible. I'm thinking like August 1st because I'm impatient. Like Christine and Sarah are killing me with this September 1st start. Like I don't want to wait. So I'm thinking August 1st. I'm going to start stitching this. And if any of you want to stitch it with me, I would love that. And if none of you want to stitch it with me, that's okay too. I mean, I'll live. There's a lot of SALs going on right now. So like, I get it. There's the Peace on Earth, and then there's that Cardinal 'Tis the Season SAL starting, I think, September 1st also. And then there's like a whole bunch of SALs. So, we're busy. We got lives. We got things to stitch. But if anybody has been like, I'm thinking I want to stitch that Snooty Parrot sampler, stitch it with me. We'll start August 1st, but this is going to be a super, super relaxed, like super low-key Sal, okay? So if you start it like August 10th or September 12th or whatever, it's all good. It's all good. Start it when you want. Stitch what you want when you want. But if you do stitch it, why don't we all tag it on Instagram so we can just see, okay? There were a couple ladies that kind of tried to do a Sal with this not too long ago. I looked up on Instagram, Snooty Parrot Sal, and I think there was like 2 or 3 people that posted like a couple pics, and then it kind of petered out. So, I'm gonna say let's use that hashtag, Snooty Parrot Sal. I don't really know who those people were, but if it inspires them to pick back up and start tagging their project again, that would be awesome. But let's all just, whoever wants to stitch this, just tag it Snooty Parrot Sal so we can all see what's going on with everybody's project. And this pattern should not be hard to find, so if it sounds good to you, go get it and let's do it. Okay, speaking of Sals, I joined another Sal. Country Stitchers have for several videos have talked about this round robin, this Quaker round robin that they're gonna do. And I heard I was late to the game on Country Stitchers, so by the time I watched the video and heard about it, it was the day after they closed signups, and I was like, dang it. And I was like, oh well, it wasn't meant to be, whatever. And then they just released another video, and several of you messaged me right away, and you were like, hey, they just, in their newest video, they said they have 2 more spots. Like 2 people dropped out, they have 2 spots. And they were like, go email them. And I was very thankful for those people for letting me know, because I wouldn't have watched that video until probably several days later, and I would have missed out again. So that was awesome that some of you were looking out for me. So I emailed Liz, and she emailed me back, and she's like, great, you're in, I'll send you the stuff. So I don't have the stuff yet, but it's coming. I'm so excited. So I haven't picked out anything. I have to, after this video, I'm going to play in my fabric, I'm going to play in my floss, and I'm going to look through all of my old magazines and stuff and find like my Quaker like motif that I'm going to stitch. But yesterday I did get hooked in with my 3 other group members, like on email, and we've already been emailing and like talking a little bit about telling each other about ourselves, and it's just awesome how like cross stitching can bring people together. Like it's just nice. Like we're already like, learning a lot about each other and having a fun conversation, and that's like, I don't know, it's so exciting. And that's exactly what Liz wanted. She was like, I'm gonna like, get you in your groups, you all can talk amongst yourselves and like toss ideas back and forth and like get to know people, and that's what's happening. It's so cool. So my group members are another Julie, a Judy, and a Lisa, and we've all like been in contact already, so I'm really excited to get going on that and to pick something for that. And again, thank you so much to the people who reached out to me to let me know about the empty spot, so I was able to jump in. Okay, so all I think I have left now is my actual stitching. What have I been stitching on? Got a couple things. My throat's getting dry. Okay, so I continued my Let Freedom Ring by Leela Studio. I was going to stitch this through July 4th, and I did. But unfortunately, like I said, because of company and whatnot, I didn't I didn't get as much progress. I got good progress, but I definitely could have done more, I think. But whatever. It's all good. So I have completed 2 full pages of this project. I'm very excited. And one of those pages is that full coverage building. So I'm very excited that's done. So this is where I'm at. 2 full pages. I'm still loving it. It's wonderful to stitch. It's super exciting. I love my fabric, as I've told you all. It's this dirty, grungy. It's the Primitive Hair Old New England 35 count. And I love her fabric. It is amazing. It's such a good quality fabric. I need more in my life. But there's where I'm at. It's wonderful. I'm loving it. I'm loving every stitch of this. I was a little sad after July 4th to put it down, but that's okay. Because I got such a good start that I feel like I'm excited also to pick it back up. I'm excited to stitch on it again, and not wait till like July 4th next year. And I feel like it's doable now. Like I have got almost all of this done, and some of this. No, it's on this side. I've got this done. So then I just got to do like a little bit there and like that. And then the rest is like, you know, not so full coverage. It's still tons of stitching, but the point is I feel like I can do it. I had a hard time even starting this project because I felt like it was overwhelming. It's such a big project, and I kept thinking I bought it because I love it, but I was like, oh gosh, that's so much work. And now that I've like got such a chunk done, I'm like, I got this. I can do this. Okay. So after that, I decided I wanted to do Christmas in July. This is by no means like a novel concept. The Addicted Sisters, or Addicted Stitchers, I always want to call them sisters. The Addicted Stitchers, who are sisters, are hosting a Christmas in July thing where you do like a different thing every day. Jan Hicks Creates is also hosting a Christmas in July thing, and she's gonna have prizes. And I'm sure some other people also are doing Christmas in July. So I had decided that's what I wanted to do too, because I have tons of Christmas projects. So what I'm doing is I wanted to also get some whips done because my whip count is outrageous. And Ginger at GG and Stitches has challenged me to a finish marathon for the rest of the year. So I was like, I got some Christmas stuff started that I could finish. Oh yeah. I told Kim, we were chatting on Instagram, me and Kim, and I told her last Christmas, I think I had like maybe 3 or 4 like cross stitch stuff, like decoration stuff up for Christmas, and my boyfriend was like, okay, like, do we have enough cross stitch around here? And I was like, he thought 1 or 2 was plenty. I told Kim, I said, I am not stopping until this house looks like Priscilla's, okay? And we all know how much Christmas stuff Priscilla has, right? Like, so I've got a lot of Christmas projects to stitch. So anyway, I went through my Christmas stitching, and I pulled out the ones that are closest to a finish, and I'm doing those first. And I'm going to see how much I can finish this month, and then August 1st I'm moving on. So the first thing I pulled out was Mill Hill Kit Renaissance Santa. This is Venice Santa. And I have all of the DMC done. I just need to do the beading. And he has very little beading, actually. Very little. So then I grabbed Mill Hill Renaissance Santa Genoa Santa. He has a lot more beading than the other one. I've got all the DMC stitched, just need to add the beads. So these will be finished by the next video. And then last night I grabbed Mill Hill Mary Moose. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. Look, how cute. And again, got all the DMC done, just need to add the beads. Let me tell y'all, I did not share this with you guys. I finally saw a moose Memorial Day weekend. Since I moved to Colorado 2.5 years ago, I have a goal. I want to see a moose, a bear, elk, which I saw, like, I've already been there, done that. I've seen tons of elk. There's so many elk around here. Not here, but around here. Anyway, a moose and a bear are like top of my list. I would love to see a mountain lion, but that's rare. I know that's not, you know, likely. There are people who've lived here for 20 years who've never seen a mountain lion, whatever. I know some people who've lived here for like 15 years who've never seen a bear, and I think that's crazy because there are bears everywhere. So I wanted to see a moose and a bear most of all. Memorial Day weekend, we were up in Winter Park. We drove through Estes Park, Trail Ridge Road, the highest continental highway in the U.S. It's over 12,000 feet elevation. It's gorgeous. And I was like, we're going to see a moose. We're going to see a moose. But we didn't. We didn't see a moose. So then we're in Winter Park for a few days. And my boyfriend and I decided we wanted to go for a hike. And I was like, I want to go somewhere where we have the highest chance of seeing a moose. And he's like, well, I did hike this trail several months ago, and I did see 3 moose on the trail. And I was like, okay, we're going there. He's like, okay. So we drive up this like dirt road, whatever, up this mountain. We get out. I open the car door and I almost step in moose poop. In the parking lot. I was like, yes, this is good. Like, there are moose here. So we start on the trail, we're walking along, and I start to get like nervous. Like, moose are actually really dangerous. So I start to get really nervous about, I want to see a moose, but I want to see it from far away and like slowly approach, like sneak towards it and not get too close. And I don't want to startle a moose, and I don't want to be startled by a moose. So I start to get like a little bit like really anxious, and then I'm like, maybe I don't want to see a moose. Maybe I don't want to see a moose. And so I'm like, oh, I don't know. I want to see one, but I'm scared. And then these people are coming towards us, and the guy has picked up his kid and is carrying this kid, and we're like, and he's like, hey guys, there's a moose like 100 feet up the trail. I was like, hallelujah, hallelujah. Like, I was so excited. I'm like, yes, a moose finally. And I was so excited because like I had warning, 100 feet up the trail next to the stream on your right, there is a moose. So I'm like, yes, this is amazing. So we like, we creep up, and I see it like still really far away. So I feel safe. And we got closer, but not too close. And we got close enough to get some awesome video, some awesome pictures, but like many trees between us, and to feel safe and to not suddenly come upon a moose and get charged by a moose. So it was so great. I got to see a moose. And so this has even more meaning. I started stitching this before then, but now I've actually seen one of these. It was not a moose. It did not have horns or a rack or whatever. But I don't think it was I don't know. I think it was a bull moose, which I don't know. I don't know if it was a female or a male. It was by itself. So anyway, I've actually seen a moose, so this has more meaning to me. This will be on my tree to commemorate my Colorado moose sighting, and I still need to see a bear. All right, that's what I stitched. Thanks for listening to my moose story. All right, so I'm going to stitch more Christmas. You will see next video what else I could finish. And I'm so excited because I have such beautiful, jeez, that dog scared me. I have such beautiful Christmas patterns. I'm excited to get them done and show them and display them for Christmas. So that's all I've got for today. I will see you guys hopefully in another week or two. And again, don't forget, Barbara Anna Snooty Parrots. Let's Sal. Join me. If you want to join me, leave me a comment and let me know. I'm going to be so excited. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.